What if I told you the world's most addictive fashion brand, used by hundreds of millions, was built by a mystery billionaire no one's ever seen, and it's quietly taking over global commerce one $5 dress at a time? This isn't just about clothes. This is about power, data, and a future where fashion giants like Louis Vuitton, Zara, and even Amazon might not stand a chance. What's driving the explosive rise of Shein, the Chinese fashion giant that's shaking up the entire global fashion industry? Recently, several governments have taken action to slow Shein's unstoppable growth. Leading the resistance? France. Why France? Because Paris isn't just any city. It's the fashion capital of the world, home to iconic brands like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Dior, and Cartier. Fashion is part of France's national identity. It's also a €144 billion industry that employs over 1 million people, putting it on par with the country's aerospace and auto sectors. For years, French brands withstood the challenge from fast fashion newcomers like Zara and H&M, but everything changed in 2020, when a little-known company called Shein exploded onto the scene during the pandemic. Out of nowhere, Shein overtook the giants, not just in France but globally. How? Where did this company come from? What's the secret behind its unstoppable rise? How does its mysterious system work, and who's the man behind it all? Why don't we know anything about its founder? And is Shein just a fashion company, or something much bigger? That's what we're breaking down today. Let's start with something weird. No one really knows the founder of Shein. Even as late as 2019, the director of Sumac, a major Chinese state-owned company that supplies Zara, had never even heard of Shein, despite its HQ being just down the road. The founder, known only as Sky Shu. No interviews, no photos, not even Shein employees know what he looks like. The only known description comes from the South China Morning Post, a skinny guy with glasses. A humble billionaire hiding in plain sight. In an era where CEOs are influencers, Sky Shu's invisibility is jarring, especially when Shein is worth more than $66 billion. Why stay hidden? Some say it's a survival strategy. In China, speaking out can be dangerous. Just ask Jack Ma, who disappeared after criticizing the government. Many modern Chinese entrepreneurs prefer to stay quiet and avoid unwanted attention. And considering what Sky Shu is building, staying invisible might be his smartest move yet. Sky Shu was born in 1984 to a poor family. His mother worked in a garment factory, giving him early insight into China's clothing industry. To support his education, he worked through high school and college, eventually studying international trade. It was the mid-2000s. China had just joined the WTO and was becoming the world's factory. At the same time, the internet was taking over, and search engines were king. Sky Shu quickly became an SEO expert, learning how to dominate Google search results. That knowledge would later give Shein a massive edge. In 2008, Sky spotted a trend. Wedding dresses were booming globally. He lived near Suzhou, China's wedding dress capital, so he launched a marketplace connecting local suppliers with international buyers. The timing was wild, right in the middle of the global financial crisis, but it worked. Within 3 years, he was making good money. But more importantly, he saw something even bigger. He realized fashion, especially women's fashion, was a goldmine. In 2012, he shut down the wedding dress business and launched a new company, Sheinside, which later became Shein. The idea? Visit Chinese wholesale markets, take photos of trendy products, post them online, and sell them overseas using SEO tricks. It worked fast. But by 2014, demand was out of control. Shein had no warehouses, no logistics system, and fewer than 50 employees. The whole thing was on the verge of collapse. Sky realized he couldn't just run a fashion site, he had to rebuild the supply chain from the ground up. So he created something revolutionary. A closed-loop system where Shein controls everything from predicting trends to shipping the product. It doesn't wait for the market, it creates the market. Traditionally, fashion brands take about 3 months to launch a product. Zara, on the other hand, brought that down to 2 weeks by producing 3,000 units per item and analyzing local sales before scaling globally. Shein? It slashed that down to just 5 to 7 days. Here's how AI scans social media for trending styles. Popular designs, sometimes copied from top brands, are uploaded into Shein's internal platform. Factories then produce only 100 units per style within 5 days. Products are launched on the Shein app, and user reactions are analyzed, almost TikTok style. If those products perform well, factories ramp up production instantly. Everything is based on real-time consumer data. Shein claims only 2% of its products go unsold. The global average, it's around 30%. That's not just better, it's on another level. Some experts say the Shein app is addictive. It feels a bit like TikTok for fashion. It's personalized, it's fast, and honestly, it's incredibly effective. One underrated part of Shein's success: Google Trends. In 2018, Shein actually predicted that lace fabrics would trend in the US months before it happened. They moved early, stocked up, and completely dominated the market, before competitors even noticed. Even other Chinese competitors are struggling to keep up, but who knows? In a year or two, maybe a new player like Temu will be the one taking Shein's crown. What Shein did to fashion is what TikTok did to social media. It didn't just enter the market, it rewrote the rules. Now Shein is testing a marketplace in the US, a platform similar to Amazon, where third-party sellers can list products in fashion, electronics, home goods, and more. With ultra-fast production, personalization, and bargain prices, Shein might not just be a fashion brand, it could be the future of e-commerce. But that future comes with consequences. Labor practices, copyright theft, environmental damage, and data privacy concerns are all issues tied to its rise. Governments are investigating, lawsuits are mounting, and talks of regulation or even banning Shein are growing louder. So what is Shein? A genius evolution of global commerce or a dangerous new monopoly? Only time will tell. But one thing's clear, Shein isn't slowing down. And if you want to keep up with the future of business, you need to understand who's reshaping the game. Thanks for watching. If this gave you a fresh perspective, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our next deep dive.